Good morning, everybody. So today is pretty exciting for me because I'm a big Nirvana fan from back in the day. I still actually have some Nirvana songs that I continue to listen to today. And I'm in Aberdeen, Washington, and I'm about to go check out the childhood home of Kurt Cobain, and then also go down to the namesake, a river tribute for him, where he had written a couple of his songs that you'll find on the album called The Muddy Banks of Wishka River.
For the days I break these chains, I'm bound for the life of the simple things.
All right, here I am right out in front of the childhood home of Kurt Cobain of Nirvana. This is 1210 East 1st Street in Aberdeen, Washington. Now, I've always been a huge Nirvana fan. I really was disappointed when Kurt actually committed suicide and everything. But I just thought it would be really neat to come and check out the childhood home. This house has been up on the market for over $300,000. Started off at $400,000 when I was looking online, compared to the rest of the homes that you'll see here on the block, running at about the $80,000 range. So somebody's trying to cash in. When I look up here at the window up here, and then also the garage here in the back on almost the alley, this driveway here, I sit here and I wonder, where he might have played some music. I mean, a lot of the grunge bands did it right out of the garage. I guess all bands in general. And then I could imagine him having a bedroom up there in that window. Kurt was a big deal for a lot of us kids and grew up in Washington. I know in 9th grade, when we all heard about him committing suicide, there was definitely some people that it was like devastating for. I'm here at Kurt Cobain Landing, and it looks like the neighbors over here have not had too much fun with how busy this park is. But let's go ahead and go into the park here. This park was dedicated after the lead singer, Kurt Cobain of Nirvana, and I think kind of an interesting story that I was told here a little while ago is this younger girl that was here who's happens to be, I guess, a second cousin or something to Kurt, according to her. Kim is actually a high school friend who did the artwork of this guitar here. And then I personally really like Nirvana, and I thought it was cool that the name actually happened to be like the first name that was like kind of a pretty name. And Kurt mentioned that in an interview, that he wanted to have a pretty name instead of like the normal names that you saw for punk rock bands and grunge bands at the time, like Skid Row, more rough and tough type stuff. But Nirvana happens to be a term that means the equivalent of heaven in Buddhism. So something that's pretty significant about this river, number one, is that one of his albums was actually named, it was a namesake to this river. It was called From the Muddy Banks of Wishka River. And so this is Wishka River. And he had wrote a couple of the songs that were on that album. I really liked that album. There's 3 songs I especially liked on that album. So the first one was Lithium. I liked that song. I liked Smells Like Teen Spirit and Aneurysm. All 3 of those songs are actually on that album. I'll see if I can find anything on YouTube that plays through that album. I'll go ahead and link it above. Well, it'll come in like in a little card thing. It'll give you a little notification. You can click on that and go and listen to the songs from that album. This river location here happens to also be where some of Kurt's ashes had been. Get out there, connect with people, live your big story, and make sure you do something every single day to reduce world suck. Peace, guys.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you.